Once upon a time, there lived a pretty young lady named Yaokura, a very pretty girl with a golden heart. She was so kind, nice, and caring that everyone in their area knows her of her kindness. She respects everyone around her so very much. One thing Yaokura never tolerates is people looking down on her. She does not tolerate nonsense, not even a bit. She is so strong that sometimes she fights people when they misbehave with her. Yaokura's beauty makes people stare at her beauty. She has a beautiful skin and body shapes. Men and women admire her a lot, and some women are even jealous of her beauty. Yaokura lives with her elder brother and his wife in the same house. One fateful day, Yaokura and her brother's wife had a misunderstanding that led them to a very serious fight, which causes lots of injuries between the both of them, and they were both taken to police station, where they were given a limitation between them. Everyone was asked to stay away from the other, and they both stopped talking for few days. One thing about Yaokura is that she drinks too much of alcohol, that sometimes she gets drunk and fall on the road, that people bring her back home without her knowing where she was, and she only takes this alcohol in the night. One night, Yaokura was drunk and fell asleep with the door opened. Her brother's wife, Fashola, came in with a piece of broken bottle, saw Yaokura sleeping and tear her mouth to her ears and ran away from the house. 1 week later, when everything was calm a bit, as Yaokura is known of her patience, Fashola returns to her husband's house, where the police and elders intervened and settled them. Yaokura, being knows of her patience, said it was okay and over. She has forgiven her. So they continued to live together after some months of happily living. Whenever Yaokura looks at her face in the mirror, the wound remains fresh in her heart. One night, Yaokura could not resist her anger, went straight to her brother's wife's room and saw Fashola and her brother sleeping. She was holding a piece of broken bottle, went straight to Fashola's side and caught her on the face. The next day, police came into the case again and said there is nothing to be done as both of them committed same thing. The other could not let go and paid back what was done to her. So they settled it, and it is a settled score. They both settled them, asked them not to do such again, with a concrete warning, or else the consequence won't be good next time. So they both agreed and started living afresh. Yaokura regretted her action of revenge, and they stayed happily together with both face with bottle cut on it. A year later, Yaokura opened a restaurant where she started selling food, and her brother's wife, few months later, also opened a salon close to Yaokura's restaurant where she braided hair. They both became friends. Yaokura always seeks some advice from Fashola, her brother's wife, forgetting all the past misunderstanding they both had, putting all the misunderstanding aside and the grudges they had. 2 years later, Fashola, her brother's wife, patched up a plan with a very young handsome guy, whom she asked him to date Yaokura. He agreed and always goes into Yaokura's restaurant, but Yaokura refused him. He spent 1 year trying to see if Yaokura accepts him, but she refused. He never stopped coming back to Yaokura's restaurant seeking for her love. So one day, Yaokura spoke to Fashola, her brother's wife, about the guy disturbing her in her restaurant. Fashola acted as though she knows not the guy and advised Yaokura to accept him, and she did as Fashola, her brother's wife, advised her. They dated, and Yaokura grows to love him more and more, and their bond remained so strong for 2 years. 3 years later, the guy asked Yaokura to escort him to the city. Yakura happily escorted him as they continued to journey to the city. It was late, so he said they should stop and sleep in an hotel. The next day, they should continue their journey. So she agreed and they both slept in an hotel. He bought them some meat and drinks. And in Yakura's drink, he added some poison pills that made her went into deep sleep. And he got a knife and cut her body, each part, into pieces. Her blood split around to the door. He got a mop and cleaned it up and washed everywhere clean before the next morning. He was done and put her body into a bag. When he was busy getting ready, the cleaners came in to clean the room and saw blood stain. They cleaned, but the stain was dried. They cleaned harder and said nothing to him, acted as though they saw nothing. The cleaner went out after cleaning the room and told the hotel manager about what he saw, and they called the attention of the police. As he was about to leave the hotel room, the police came in, searched his bag and saw Yakura's body cut into pieces in his bag. He was arrested and taken to the station, where he confessed that it was her brother's wife Fashola that sent him to death her and kill her. Even the money he gives her and the clothes he wears to impress her and the money they pay in the hotel, it was her brother's wife that sponsored it all. They were all arrested until death. They are in prison.